It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cab.
Can I help you?
You're already set for the night. Your door is unlocked.
What is this thing?
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess.
People just don't know how to accept gifts.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about...
It's not actually about that. You see a heavy steel. You see the cobalt old coat. It leads to a side. The door doesn't. The door. The old coat. It leads to a side. You see.
Yes?
Norris, he's having trouble. A moment.
Yes? What about me? Good. Let's change. Excuse me? You have a
moment, Pa.
What do you want to know? What's there to say? The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the industrial. Well, sort of. It's less. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite a brouhaha at the 57th.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
Yes. I'm an unrepentant spoilsport. Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some...
It's all part of the master plan, you see.
A good joke.
He does not actually think it was a good joke.
It's good we said this. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? Yes, it's so wholly pointless.
He's actually glad it's addressed now. Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed...
I've considered it. I don't think I can say one way or another. I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. Safe? No. but you're old. You've made it this far. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Whoa! A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind.
Sure, they never cleaned up the war damage. The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it.
Paintbrush? Check. Heavy fuel. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind. You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message.
Very poetic. Real poetry.
Why does art inspire you so much? Excellent question. Art is In short, art is the highest form of human. Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage. Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant. Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made. Quit being so indecisive. What exactly is? Go ahead and provide. This door is made of metal and appears.
Yes? Are you looking for me, gendarme? Gendarmerie. You found me.
Somewhere in the distance, A baby cries. Oh, it feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood today.
Beautiful. So tell me, are you here to make things right again? Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. Trust me, it does feel like the end of the week. That's nice, but I don't have any...
He takes another drag of downstairs a cat.
Besides,
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad.
just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
Something flutters in the corner.
We'll talk. Just take care, all right?
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Different, of course. Something so mysterious about the way he talks. Very. Come on, detective, let's go.
You have acquired the robe. Keep it, officer. It looks good on you.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some superior, but he...
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off. Yes, make it clear you're the one setting the terms here.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. That's really all I can tell you about it.
That didn't work. The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to... You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here. Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, it is the most important thing. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the...
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes... That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the... A sound monetary policy is essential for address... But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information. It's the International Organization for Moralists. hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
There are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
But of course. Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
Me? I'm a lieutenant of the RCM.
A very moralist and...
The lieutenant is practiced in the art of putting on a show for one's superiors.
The Occident is part of the normal world. Martinez? No. Martinez is something else. Rivachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved, but they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking. Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer? Sounds like you're a moralist indeed. Moralism is all about compromise and achieving the achievable. It's pragmatic, realistic, and left. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 20... As founding members, they are both very EPIS. Oranje carries a lot of... Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy...
But that didn't tell you anything about Oranje.
About what? Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean. What's there to say? Sur la Clé is a modern... Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries.
Darlings, that can't be.
Because a great percentage of Rivachol's culture hails from Sur la Clé.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur la Clé's love for meatball.
Whatever you wish, officer. Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, that it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever. EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as...
God, yes, sweet standardization, the backbone of rationality and commerce.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Why? It stands for progress and stability. Like, it's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. A supranational... You mean Rivachol? No, it's one day going to be a candidate.
Except that candidate members
No, candidate members do become members. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics. How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. Debating. You should consider, but now that I start thinking of it, it was for an improv class anyway.
A chill runs down your spine as you envision a half-dozen people in professional attire standing around.
Sorry, who? But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Officer, you have to understand. I can't give... He's deeply enmeshed in the...
As though you weren't envious.
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? I'm just enjoying the view. Listen.
A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
No, listen. The Insulindian Bay. This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. But the million real view stays. You can't take that. My friend comes and goes.
A busy bee? What?
I'm all ears. I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers.
What do you mean? Like,
It was just so strange. I could barely... I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that. That's when I understood.
sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Well done, detective.
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive. I couldn't tell you exactly.
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the men.
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human. Drummers? Wow.
I think we can drop the drummer angle. That was my bad.
I went back inside.
Were you able to see?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man. All men, I presume. But again, I believe they were mostly white, though I believe... Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing. Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts. No... You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I'm afraid I don't have any...
About what time was all this happening?
All I can say is that it was late. My watch. Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take. No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
It seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for. I think we have everything we need. Thank you.
Of course. Anything I can do to assist the RCM. A moment. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with low...
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space. Was there anything else? I'm sorry to say I did. Because I did it? What's the meaning of this?
He sounds almost...
There is no...
Back off. Now. This man is...
Well, I was on the balcony. That's when I...
Sounds like the victim was unconscious.
I went back inside.
Were you...
Officer... Well, that event... You're right. I'm afraid I don't have any... All I can say... My watch. No.
It seemed... I think...
Of course. Anything... Of course. I'm...
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire...
Can't you tell? I haven't really...
Yeah? Lying is cool, I guess.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front. But the documents inside them...
It's not going to be that easy. We need to dirty our hands with the signatures.
take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you handle the chain cutters deft. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. The mirror begins to clear slowly. You take the legal documents out of the... You take the legal documents. The pen is shaking in your hand as you draw. The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. You take the legal documents out. With a confident flourish, you complete your forgery. Indeed, they look distinctly different and very convincing, but they're not. And the document will be nullified if they dispute it. All you need to do now is mail. There was a mail delivery box in the plaza, near the... You take the... The bed is still cold. It's not easy, but your bones are so tired.
Thoughts, baby. A million.
Recorded in you.
No. You're spinning tapes at the on and on it goes. For us,
Behold, there are millions.
it's the world, Harry boy. You can never forget this shit.
It's not possible anymore.
You're the son of the world again. Harristar has ceased.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address.
You'll go insane if you keep going like.
For the money, baby. For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. There he goes again.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm.
You can do it. It's do it for the picture puzzle. Good. You're up. Listen, it's a suspicion or an earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. What will those guys? Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't. Oh, sure. You've been, but who's focusing on the big questions? But have you ever seen them? You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité. The most awesome. It is human nature to crave la responsabilité. And Harry, la responsabilité isn't concerned with truth. Whoa. This isn't like a committee. There is always time to follow best practice. Swift, decisive action. Only your half-brother, the lieutenant, together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Revachol. And, if necessary, you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves. Most likely, once they've reviewed it, rest assured, no matter what happens, good luck. Your report is... The door is closed.
Yes? I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering if you ask me, it's high time for you to set aside these frivolous side tasks and focus 100% of your energies on the case before us. Why are you pronouncing it like that, You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for? No, and next I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility? Simple. Because moral intern types love to form. In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral interns. You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villedroit. If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start now. Was there...
Hey, was there...
Well, bring...
Got the 20 real? Then why...
Oh, hello, dear. Goodness. How is he?
He's fine, ma'am. As we...
Oh, yes. But I am so relieved.
You haven't, however. There are dangers out.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman.
Reflexively.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing... I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.
She'd just started forming memories. Real.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see.
Where did you go?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. We were on our first date when I told him my story.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
Our first. Not all of them, as far as I remember. It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be Of course. I've thought about it. So how did I know what to... You trying to tell us you...
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended.
You're welcome, sweetie.
And she could get up and walk right in.
Again? I can't.
He might be wearing a disguise.
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous. I see you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. Not bad. Not bad at all. What brings you here? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Well, here's to you. Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire... Nothing. That I didn't see anything. Why shouldn't he? What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Muscular, handsome, strong. Like one of those military... Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Oh, let me think. Yeah, he sounded vaguely Oranese. Sure. Anything else on your mind? Oh, and if I may ask, gendarme, what...
He's all bemused skepticism. He doesn't actually...
God, of course it is. My friend is always... As though I don't have enough... In any case, I would love to help. But the thing is, I don't know. He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. In an unofficial capacity, of course. Not a clue. I guess you will. You did? And how did you like him? I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people. A visitor from the first world. He's to his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know. Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends? That he won't be there. It is. He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. What about me, gendarme? You can keep it. I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see it. Is it now? Well, enjoy it. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. A witness? You ain't got...
That's just tactics, Titus.
Well...
This goes without saying, but nonetheless, don't give out his name.
Yeah, right.
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper. What...
It's you assholes that feel the need...
Yeah. It's like they put cowbells on you before they...
They're avoiding having to answer this question.
We were drinking.
Right, I'm convinced, Glenn.
Bullseye. Glenn looks around uncomfortably. The lieutenant hit a nerve.
Arabagite? Boss.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there, too.
Those flaccid MI cocks.
It means the whole scene was long.
What is this fella's problem?
Shanky. It's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynchings. I know you are lying, Shen.
You didn't break this wagon fort.
Some witness.
You don't have to go to school. You're doing a hell of a job.
So much bluster to hide the fact that they're uncomfortable with you.
Again. About.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old... Two cables are plugged into an electric sizzle. The room is something close to you.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises... the bear's eyes.
Oh, it's you again. Very good. That will be 7 real for one universal die for Wirral Untethered.
It feels icy. Just holding this die in your hand sends a jolt of cold down your spine. This orange machine turning the is all gone now. You'll never become a... You slip... No. If you...
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your...
This orange machine is dead still.
Right.
She gives you a short nod before returning.
Right. What about him?
She gives you a short... Several... The maps look old.
Always good to be informed of you.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the street. Your finger moves through the very... Finally, coming to a halt.
For a more detailed view of the map,
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito.
Yes.
You drop the white about a week's worth of mail and probably did the right thing. You can't trust that slug.
All right, let's go back to Evrard. If we don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it's too late.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool. As you tap...
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights.
This is Precinct 57. How may I... Does it... Sylvie Malay... Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need?
You hear the...
Anything else I can help you?
10-4, come in. 10-4, sir. Glad to hear that. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Still no word, I'm afraid, sir. I know it must be frustrating. 57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see...
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine...
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would...
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor...
It's just theoretical work, copper.
Skulls. Now this...
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and...
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual...
You don't know?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
The question was rhetorical. The Skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmen.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab...
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual. A testament to the...
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock. Or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive. Murder? Yeah, sure.
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged.
Yeah.
These punks don't know it.
Hey, stop right there.
Fucking philosophy, man. You can do aggressive Oh, yeah. Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist.
By the way, if you see Cindy...
For all their nihilistic posturing, the lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient.
Old man, it doesn't matter. You'll be long gone Yep.
Yeah, man. It's like...
Judging by that, Van Eyck is some sort of musician. Or killer.
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are.
Apart from the Union.
Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, we are. We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet, because we can be just as...
Ah, you'll see for sure.
Throw him off his game.
Well, yeah, I mean...
This is definitely something the Skulls would say. But we're not trying to encroach on the Skulls' branding anyway.
Hey, we could be just as hard. Like...
Or a grave.
These kids have the vocabulary. But wouldn't a grave on top of a grave filling them up, baby?
Mm-hmm. What about them? Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily... The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily... What I mean by this is, we are all...
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one. For so
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket.
to catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even you get more fish in a shorter time. And for time is because when one fucks everything, he fucks.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird... Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Yes? What is? What are you implying? I'm not sure I understand you, Detective. Neither. Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile, seems about right. Especially
That's an origin story for a dynamic duo right there.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you? That ride it.
Hey, piss. Look who it.
That ride is fucking.
Hey.
That ride is.
Hey, piss.
No, no, no. Don't ask anything. Be...
What? No. Skulls don't.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down.
Prospect must be a hierarchical...
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup.
He gets it.
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to...
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want? The jacket?
You got it. No need for cruelty.
Oh, man. Okay.
Fuck.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you. This case doesn't require us to go undercover.
Cold-hearted cop.
Do.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a...
I don't know, Eric.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
That felt good. No, you shouldn't. You're an officer of the law.
Not as a general rule.
That means you should do it whenever you feel... Hey, I've got an idea on how to fix...
Right, two.
This screen found A to Z, contemporain. This screen found A to Z. This screen found A to Z, contemporain. is parked. This screen found A to Z.
Looking for some...
Hola, Wandering Man.
C'est unpromising. Before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was now. What can Everard claim? What? Harry, how could you...
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me! I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I...
He's hiding.
Thank you for your understanding.
You too, Lieutenant. You know...
None taken. Do we have anything else?
The Golden Boy returns once my friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Oh, Bratan, you play the old man like a three...
Better not to gloat, sire. 'Tis arrogance that gives the play away. Be subtle.
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavy. An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the...
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy...
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the debug...
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this.
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna...
There it is again. The pigs.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
It actually sounds...
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for...
She will be there. From
more fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Great, Harry, great. This has been so great. I'm always happy to educate. Very nice. Mr. Dubois, I'm always happy to educate and entertain. Harry, by now you should know I would. Well, let's just...
So the village is...
You were there. You saw the place. Reset. I have big... Harry, imagine a youth center supermarket church complex. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on. Yes, I do. I got the center. I got...
There is true and then there will be a giant statue of him, towering above it all.
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue...
You would look nice as a statue.
Damn right I'm up to something, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as Joyce Messier. That...
A true flash of anger in him.
I did not, Harry. Although I am very, very... Why a war?
And what do you...
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to... Harry, we out... The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, we're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them.
The word fuck rings like...
So that's why you have...
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go... It's already happening. 2,300...
2,300 and they're all well motivated.
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing...
Clients would take a well-known multinational conglomerate.
Sure, some will go, but mark my words. The company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those
That's drug
trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health with. The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks... We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his benefit.
And the kids on the street can get...
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away. Yes, yes, of course. And while you're doing that, please go ahead and also tell the Wild Pines. Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to... Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's gonna be in on the wealth, and everyone's gonna pull their weight. Harry, the length you're willing to go to keep your nose clean is remarkable. You will always have a warm bed in Mr. Clare's household, my friend, And a special... We're way past specific union members now. This is the big... You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run it. Very nice, Harry.
Wow. So someone's been a little... Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of... Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's coppo type is regular cop. I'll let everyone... Good. Of course. To outright declare yourself something does... Before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.